Hello, it's Kai Jean here. I'm in front of one of my latest art pieces, and I really want to do an in-depth explanation of it or an in-depth highlighting of certain aspects of it that I personally love, and hopefully you'll love too. A lot of what I'm going to say is just my interpretation. Art, the greatness of it is that unlike scientific analysis, unlike other subject matter, it can't be argued with, right? What I come up with may not be what you see. And I created it for that purpose. So nothing I say is concrete. However, as the creator, it is fair. It is only fair that I explain what the art piece is. So with that being said, I'm gonna start from the bottom. If you see the face in the middle, I love this face. It really haunted my dreams for a while. It haunted my dreams because I hope you can really tell the colors that all exist in this young lady's face. It really shows the multifaceted aspects of being an African person and how many different colors the African people come in. I really love it. I mean, if you look at this and you can see so many different colors. I won't go into what colors I see. I'll just say that it shows the multifaceted nature of the African race. To the left, I have a Egyptian structure with hieroglyphs on it, and to the right, I put a group of African women and children. I put these in juxtaposition to each other, the structure and the people, and this multicolored, multidimensional looking woman in the middle. I did that for a reason because to me, it all speaks to how complex the history of Black African people is. It's such a complex history. If you open this up, very important. Liquor bottle Patron, storage at the bottom for your liquor bottles you may not want to share with people. Hold on, give me a second. Put this away. Right up here. I'm going to say this is a leopard or a cheetah. I don't know. I'm not an animal expert, so please do not crucify me for not knowing exactly. I think it looks like a leopard, but I know leopard print and cheetah print are very similar. Anyway, if you see the expression here, similar to the expression down there, you see the eyes. Now, this is important, and this was done on purpose artistically because it shows the connectivity between the African people and nature. We are one with nature. You can see the similar expression in both. Now, as we are similar with nature and similar with all life, right? The African people being the first ones to have a civilization, we're also similar in death. And that's what this represents, the skull at the top, because to me, at the forefront of your mind should always be that you're only here one time. That's what motivates me. That's what makes me create art. And that's why a lot of my art, there's aspects of life and death, because that's what I struggle with every single day. It's my life and my eventual death. So that being said, you'll come back to nature. So you're here, this multifaceted culture. You're here between your history and your current state of life. You're one with nature. You accept that one day you will die and you will go back to nature. That's what this all represents. Let me close these up. Also love these. Love the knobs. Anyway, we'll go over here. A mother braiding her daughter's hair. I love this because if you are Black, you understand how much time is spent between a mother and her daughter doing hair, different hairstyles for church, different hairstyles for birthdays, different hairstyles going out to parties or other social events, or different hairstyles, period. It is important to be well kempt, as we all know, in the Black community. The background here, an ancestral background. I just love this because it, once again, it'll speak for itself, so I won't go into too many details. I don't want to make the video too long, but I do love this. This piece also, once again, showing a structure, the man and the structure, and behind him, There's Egyptian hieroglyphic art. To me, this all goes together because I think sometimes when you see the structures, you forget that a man did that. And specifically, you forget that black men and black women created that. We'll go over here. Go down here. Michelle Obama next to an African mask. I put these two images next to each other because I think that when people see African masks and they marvel at the ingenuity it takes to create them, they forget that those are created by African people and they're actually similar to the facial features of African people. People just seem to dismiss that whole thought process. That's why I have her next to a mask that looks similar to her. Egypt playing a huge role in this art piece, as Egypt played a huge role in getting the world to where it's at today, playing the background as well. Let you think what you want there. I'll move on to the bottom, or moving down. Now this is a highlight of the piece for me, so I'm just gonna let you guys enjoy it. I don't want to talk at length about this because I want you to come up with your own interpretation. But once again, the color of Michael Jordan's skin in this photograph really spoke to me. Once again, so many differing dimensions within the color of his skin from this angle, this lighting. And I say that because if you go to here, it's a similar coloration, and I really like how they play off of each other. And that goes with Angela Davis being here. Because this, once again, her facial features similar to the mask. And I think that, like I said about a minute ago, people forget that these masks, although they're exaggerated, although it might be hard to connect the dots, they are representative of black people. So as you marvel at their ingenuity, you can't marvel at the ingenuity of something that was created in my image without giving me some type of credit for inspiring it. So that's why that's there, and this all goes together. Really love this part. I love the coloration, how it all goes together somehow. And behind Michael Jordan, as he was a symbol, you know what I mean? I know he was an entertainer, just a sports guy, but he was a leader. And behind him, there's a mass of African people cheering. Once again, if you look at her coloration, love it. That's a mask with two heads. Once again, I like juxtaposition. I like to put things next to each other that may not seem as if they go together. And I love the way the expression she has and the amount of color in this photograph, and the background being black and white. That was done deliberately. Let me take you to the other side. We're almost done. I'm going to try to keep this under 10 minutes. African illustration, Egyptian sculpture broken, and in the middle, an African woman. And I love her expression. Don't ask me why. It's something about this expression that really speaks to me artistically. To me, this all goes together. And that's why it's together, obviously. Next, we have this picture of Africa, of a scene from Africa, an Egyptian statue next to Michael Jordan's face, and Egypt playing a big role in the background here as well. I love this because, like I mentioned before, it's like there's some disconnection that we have when we see things like this. We forget that these people, right, are African people, which are black people, but there's this disconnection that we have. So I love this for showing that, and I also love the showing of structures, nature, and humanity all together. We'll go down here. Egypt playing a huge role in the background, and these are people rioting and fighting for freedom during the 1960s, showing once again the connection between the two. More of the connection between the two, as we have Martin Luther King here, and in the background, Egyptian hieroglyphs. pyramids at the bottom, and a black woman thinking of the ancestors. That's what I at least tell myself. That's why I put the picture there. It's as if she's channeling that which she knows is within her. Here, similarly, young African American woman with the hieroglyphs in the background, showing the connectivity between the two. Because no matter what you do, you are connected to that which came before you, whether you like it or not. And that's what this represents. And here's another highlight for me. This coloration is so beautiful to me. It's so striking to me. The greens, they get me. The yellows, they get me. The black and the white, how it all goes together, as you can see. Now, like I say, whenever I review my art piece, whenever I show my art piece, these are all just my interpretations. You might see something completely different, but I love this coloration personally. I'm gonna try to, not say too much because I want it to speak for itself. And lastly, we go to the bottom. Once again, we have man, we have structure, and we have nature. And that's what I want, and that's one of the themes of some of these art pieces that I make, the ones with the sand and the ones with the deep African influence. I like to show the people who did it, I like to show what they created, and I like to show where they created it. That's what this represents. And the mask in the middle, suspended and above, really is there to show, once again, the ingenuity of the black African artist. And it's also there to show it's a mask. So there's the purpose of a mask. It's probably a subject for a different video. But what I will say is that we all are wearing a mask. And if you're black, the mask that you're forced to wear every day is much different than the mask that many other people are forced to wear every single day. So I love that mask right there. It really speaks to me about once again the ingenuity, but also how many black people every day have to wear a mask merely to get by. So what am I at? 12 minutes. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. I hope this format works for you. Lastly, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I think liquor cabinets come with a certain level of class, a certain level of respect. When you have your liquor on the top of your refrigerator, it's not as commendable or respectable, or doesn't come from the same area as if you have a separate place for your liquor. I'm personally not a drinker. However, I do think that there's a certain level of respect that comes with the liquor cabinet, and that's why I like making them. This is about my third one I've made, so I'm going to do one more overview, and I'm get out of your hair. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.